He's still on the field. Sonny's still on the field. Hey, TJ, he's right here.
Well, Dale, we got another fine night here. It should be on. We got another fine night here. London versus Bexley. We're getting ready to do the colors now with the flag. So
we live in a great country.
Just hang on, then we'll get back to this.
In order to honor America and in respect for all those who have served our country to defend our freedoms, you are invited to stand and sing our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner, played by the London High School Marching Band under the direction of Mr. David Trent.
Well, Dale, as you know, this is homecoming night, and we're getting ready to pick up the queens and pass queens as they come in. See if we can't get a few words in here. We got Dale with me, and our co-partners are late once again. I'm going to talk about them. And we want to take a few minutes, and then Carl will be picking up the queens as they come around. We're looking for a big game. What do you think about this Bexley team?
Well, Gary, first of all, I'd like to say good evening to everyone, and it's a great time being here tonight as at all London football games. I look for it to be a pretty good ball game tonight. London is going to look to do a little better execution. I'm looking for Bexley to come out and really try to get a win up under their belt here tonight, Gary. They're 2-4. That's 2 wins and 4 losses. And I'm quite sure that they're going to do anything that they can do in order to put some points on the board and play some real tough defense. And we'll also be talking with the coach at halftime to find out if there's any changes to be made.
I was also reading where they have pretty good passing attack. So we've always been kind of skeptical about the passing attack against London. So maybe London might be tested with this passing attack tonight. I see they're making the turn to come up this side of the field. So we'll go to the PA system and we'll pick up what they have to say about the Queens and homecoming night.
Good evening. This is Jason Adelsberger, the voice of the London High School Red Raiders, and welcome to London High School's Bon Kettle Field for the 57th annual homecoming celebration. Tonight, we are very proud to honor our 1994 homecoming queen and court. Please welcome them as they arrive in front of the stands. In the first car, driven by Tim Wilson, escorted by Matt McCann, is senior attendant Stacy Brozier. Stacy is being met by her parents, Jim and Jenny Brozier. In the second car, driven by Rob Groves, escorted by Nate Slanker, is senior attendant Allison Dodds. Allison is being met by her parents, Lloyd and Elizabeth Dodds. In the third car, driven by Rodney Bennett, escorted by Kevin Bennett, is senior attendant Jennifer Cabby. Jennifer is being met by her parents, Stan and Diana Cabby. In the fourth car, driven by Carol Myers, escorted by Jimmy Conroy, is senior attendant Melissa Cabby. Melissa is being met by her parents, Stan and Diana Cabby. In the last car, driven by Bridget McClaskey, escorted by Jeremy Floria, is the 1993 homecoming queen, Shannon Orban. Shannon is being met by her parents, John and Janet Orban. Escorted by Dolph Robson, and being met by her parents, John and Judy Hastings, is London High School's 1994 homecoming queen, Alicia Hastings. To continue the tradition, Shannon will crown Alicia, 1994 homecoming queen. Now, to put the traditional seal of approval, the London High School football team captains will honor Queen Alicia with a kiss.
Hello, I'm Martin King, and I'm here with Darby Calhoun. We're here in Von Kendall Field, and over here to my left is Dale McNeil, and we are here at homecoming in London, Ohio. We are here at homecoming here in London, Ohio, and London will be taking on Bexley London coming off a tremendous win last week in one of the greatest games I've ever witnessed in my football career. From watching and playing one of the greatest games I've ever seen. What's your opinion on that game they played last week, Darby?
Well, I thought it took a lot of courage, a lot of guts.
Both past and
They played
present. Elizabeth Cremeen
a heck of a game.
and Mark Tremaine
There was a lot of times they could have just given up. A lot of fumbles.
To run down the field
They just kept going, and it just shows this team has the guts to make it to the playoffs, to go through the playoffs, and maybe more this year.
And now we're getting ready to have the traditional lighting of the L. Do you know where this tradition came from, Dale?
Well, I'm sorry to say that I don't. Most of the time here at London, when I was going through London High School, I was in the locker room. Okay, at halftime, didn't have any opportunity to see any of the festivities. And this lighting of the L, I think it's a pretty exciting part of the activities for this evening. And if I may say so, right quick, one time about that Olentangy game, it was absolutely exciting, emotional roller coaster, up and down, up and down. I really enjoyed it last week.
We had to help the cameraman down from his spot because he was still shaking after the game. They run down to light the traditional L. There's a lot of Red Raider fans out tonight.
You know, Martin, it's a real nice evening out here tonight. It's real good football weather. And, you know, we can only give thanks to where it's due, you know, up above. And it's really good that we are able to have these fine gentlemen such as Gary McNeil, the producer of the show, and Carl King, the cameraman.
Right.
And it's really good that these guys are out here doing a fine job with they are. And they get out here early, you know, and they stay
We'd
late.
like to take the time now to thank the following people for all the work they do connected with the homecoming parade.
And there it is, the lighting of the L.
Miss Vicki Gear,
We are
Miss Mary Marble,
sorry to say,
Mr.
folks, that we have a
Pat
pole that's right in the
Mrs.
middle
Karen
of the
Bennett,
lighting of the
and
L.
Mrs.
But it
Kathy
seems that
McClaskey.
if you line the pole
We would
up
also
with
like to
the
thank
L, you can kind of figure out what the L
donating the
is.
homecoming
And our
Queen's
cameraman is
crown.
trying to back off a little bit to give a view. We're looking out at the south end of the stadium, I believe. We're looking out the south end of the stadium, and
The Red Raiders are now taking the field.
And the Raiders are taking the field. They did this same ritual the last home game that we had with West Jefferson.
This is really odd.
Good evening, and welcome to Von Kennel Field, home of the Red Raiders, the 501 Red Raiders.
And they're getting set. The band's playing. The folks are cheering. We're set and ready to go, and London is taking on Bexley.
The Board of Education Superintendent and Athletic Council of London High School.
Bexley has a record of 2 wins and 4 losses. And do you know very much about this Bexley club?
High School and Bexley High School.
Well, no, I don't actually. I didn't do my homework this week. Sorry to say. I did have an opportunity to speak with their coach before the game got started, and Walsh is going to have him on at halftime. Obviously, they're going to come in, try to get themselves a victory, going to try to put some points on the board. Obviously, they're going to try to execute and not have many mistakes. They want to come out of this game with a victory. Bias-wise, you know, I hope they don't come out with a victory because, you know, I'm a London man all the way. But I'm looking for a real good ball game tonight.
Are characterized by generosity.
And Darby, you know as well, playing for a great high school yourself, when you're playing a team, they got 2 wins and 4 losses. I mean, you know they're still going to play hard, but yet you're playing a team that has nothing to lose.
The officials,
That's very true, and that sometimes could be the dangers
the umpire,
of your opponents is ones that have nothing to lose. They're coming out, they're playing for heart, they're not playing for nothing else.
The line judge,
Not only that, they
Mike
ain't scared to
Brown.
take chances.
And the
And
back judge,
with that off
Nick
your back,
Henry.
I don't know,
Their
we could be in
experience
for
and their
a
integrity qualify them
game right
for a very
here.
important part of this
You're in a
friendly
position where you can call all the stops. You have nothing to lose. So London's still going to have to watch themselves. Even though this team only sports a 2-4 record, records can be deceiving to a lot of clubs.
Defer to the second half. They will kick off and defend the south goal.
We're just
Bexley. On defense.
Bexley deferred to the second half.
At the end.
London obviously will see
Number 3.
kicking from the south.
Ethan Caleb.
Bexley will be kicking from the south end. Bexley won the toss and elected to defer to the second half.
Taylor.
And London will be receiving the kick. And let's see if we can get started off right.
Linebackers are number 20, John Betzinger, number 36, Chris Hickey, and number 68.
Fred Lester returning for London, along with, I believe, that's Corey Bennett. Bennett and Lester back deep. And if they watched the films last week, London got burned a few times. That little in-between little kick they did right over the front man, but right in front, about 10 yards in front of the back guys. And he just laid there right in the middle. But they kick it, well, they try to kick it deep. It hits the ground about the 15-yard line. London picks it up. There's middle return. Bennett breaks it back up the middle. He's got one man to beat. He runs past him. He's down to the 20. He cuts back in. He's down inside the 15-yard line. Now that's the way you open up a ball game.
Yes, Martin and Darby, that was a real good return. I'd like to give you a quick rundown on the starting lineup for tonight for London's offense. We have number 12, Jason Artis, quarterback. We have wide receiver number 31, Pete Grulke, and we have also number 33, Fred Lester, at tailback. We have Scott Sims that is starting at fullback tonight, and we have Lance Worthington, number 52, at center. We have left tackle number 59, Rod Myers, right guard number 67, Clay Miller.
London takes over the right side for a carry run of about 4 yards, Josh Larkin.
Okay, and just to finish out the starting lineup for London, we have number 76, Shad Good, at right tackle, and at the left guard would be Ryan Bogenreich, tight end John Wilson, and split end Bo Williamson.
Big Bo Williamson.
Second down.
London looks a lot bigger than this ball club. There goes to Lester over the right side. He breaks a tackler. They drag him down and sling him. He almost stayed on his feet. He got down to about the 5-yard line.
Number 33, Fred Lester.
Look at this guy. Number 50.
Knocked out of bounds by number 35, the Blue Lions, Pat Elias.
I was talking to a couple of the ball players during the week about Lester, and they said to tell us that all those runs he's making up the middle are not up the middle, they're like off tackle. They said the man's crazy because he don't know when he's hurt, so he's going to keep running anyway. So this is what his team players said about him.
Crazy Fred Lester. London had like Josh Larkin in a tailback. He takes it down close to the 1-yard line.
And if I may, just for a quick second, I'd like to give you a little rundown on the defensive ball club for Bexley. We have a defensive end, number 3, Ethan Callan, and we have number 12, Andy Haynes, that's playing the defensive back. John Petzinger, linebacker number 20. We'll wait till after this play.
They're back in the same formation. They give it to Larkin to get touchdown. The Red Raiders are quickly on the board. And now we get ready for the extra point.
And as I read across the defensive line for Bexley, this is something that's really odd. This guy must have a lot of heart. His name is Jade Taylor. He's number 55. Let's look for him. He is 5'6", weighs 146 pounds, and he's a senior, and he's playing a defensive tackle.
Gee whiz.
This guy must have a lot of heart.
Rudy Jr.
Maybe that's who Josh Larkins just jumped over. 5'6".
London 7, Bexley nothing.
And so then to round out the defensive team for Bexley, we have defensive back number 25, Kevin Winchell,
We also have number 35 defensive back Patrick Elias, linebacker number 36 Chris Hickey, defensive end number 44 John McAllister, the Jay Taylor we were just speaking of a minute ago, number 55, and number 60 defensive guard is Adam Schultz, and number 10 is Dana Smoot. He's playing a defensive back, I believe.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And number 68 Chad O'Reilly is a linebacker. So I just thought it would be nice to add, you know, the names of the people that are on the field, the principals that are on the field. And what is it, London 7 now?
London 7-0. Still early in the ball game.
Jason Carter. And number 10.
I see cameras flashing. Everybody here, a lot of people are dressed up for homecoming. That's a short kick for Tobin. And they take it back across the middle. Ooh. That was a very good open field tackle there. He tried to break it back up the middle.
Elias. Brought down the play by number 50 of the Raiders.
Josh Noble. That was a very good play. He had it broken back up the middle, and Noble just shut it down real fast.
The ball just outside the 35 at the 35.5-yard line.
London lines up in they're in a 6-2 actually. Two defensive ends. Looks like they're coming on the play. Nothing doing. Right back up the middle, maybe 1 yard.
The ball carrier. Number 44. Justin McAllister.
I think London's just going to pack it up on the line of scrimmage because they're not really scared. I don't think there's really any major threats on the team that they're going to have to worry about.
Martin, I don't know how fast Bexley's backs are, but they were watching the LHS game. They can get out on that outside and get to the backs.
They line up a tailback. He's looking to throw. He gets away from one tackle. He got a gain of about 3 yards on the play, but that's not what he wanted to do. London's putting the pressure on tonight.
Like I was saying, if they can get out there, I noticed last week that London didn't have none of their fast, some of their speeders on their defensive backs. They kind of worried us there in the LHS game.
Yeah, they did. That was very odd. Really, they only have one DB now, and that's Corey Bennett. They line up, Bexley lines up in the pro eye. Right back up the middle. Brought down by about a host of tacklers. Kahn, Bennett, Sims, many people in the tackle. But that still doesn't stop the 20-yard run. That was a nice hole they opened up.
Martin, London's defense kind of looks kind of flat right now. And like we said before, you're playing a team in their situation right now. You can't just lay down just because you scored. If you remember the Olentangy game, London went down and they scored first.
That's right. They get another nice little carry there, gain of about 4 yards on the play. You're playing a team that has nothing to lose. It's dangerous.
If I may step in right quick, I've noticed one thing, that Bexley's offensive line is taking some extra wide splits. So in turn, what that means is that the defensive line has to take extra wide splits with them, so they're kind of like creating a little extra hole, you know, a little extra wide hole.
You're trying to spread them out.
London seems to be overrunning their plays also when they hand off to the back in the backfield.
Right back up the middle.
Carry number 44, Justin McAllister.
Nothing doing. London seems to be blitzing almost every play. They stopped at the first play, but since then they really haven't been able to do anything.
Got Sims, number 50. Jason Noble.
Now Bexley has some real good, some good-sized running backs back there. They look just about the same size as their offensive line.
Yeah, they're not a very big ball club at all. Uh-oh. There's the movement. The change in the snap count. And I do believe London jumped. That's going to give them a first down. It was only 3rd and 2. London jumps, they move it up 5 yards, first down.
5 yards, encroachment.
Bexley's mounting a little drive. And what they're doing here, what the main thing I think they're accomplishing here The only way you're going to beat London is don't let them have the football.
Very true.
And they're slowly and methodically going down the field.
They do run that offense that will eat up a lot of your time.
Yeah, they do. You got 6 yards in a cloud of dust. That's pretty much what they seem to be going for.
Now that was an option play right there. He faked it to the fullback and carried it around the end for about 6 yards.
They don't seem to have. They don't seem to worry about the big play. They just open up their holes and take their yardage.
Double. Second down.
The running backs don't look like speeders, but they look like they'll ram it up in there really hard up the middle.
Look at the gap between that left guard and left tackle. That's a big gap up in there.
Saw some movement on the offensive line.
The ball carrier, number
They're going to be
44,
close to another first down.
McAllister. First down. Brought down by number 44, Scott Sims. Number 50, Jason Noble. First down, Bexley. The ball at the London 18-yard line.
I think even though they do the big splits, you have to do what you do best. As soon as you let the team, and he was hit, and we got a shot at interception here. Picked off by Sean Cotton in the end zone. Touchback, London takes over at the 20.
But Bexley's quarterback really got wrapped that time.
As soon as I think he might have got hit right as he was throwing the ball. And just floated straight up in the air.
He threw up a duck on it.
You cannot let a team dictate what you're going to do. If this is what you do, then you have to do what you do best.
Tell you what didn't make sense to me, guys, is even throwing the ball the way they were moved on the ground.
Exactly.
Why I thought at that point.
Exactly. They were, London, besides one play, were totally unable to stop them on the ground. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Lester takes it around the left side. Short gain as the chains go flying over there.
Lester. Brought down by number 44, Justin McAllister.
I tell you what, from that first play right there, they're running a defensive formation. It's like they know where the ball's going to go, and they're already going to favor that side. They're totally overloading to the right side. They look strong.
We have another penalty.
Number 32, Mike Harris.
Martin, and overloading to one side can be very dangerous, especially with the speeders that London has.
Exactly. You run over a first play against something like that, it's over. You're gone. Was that a face mask? Face mask call, 15 yards, first down London.
15 yards. Gives the Raiders first down 10. The ball to the 38.5-yard line.
It's kind of a quiet night here. Everybody just laying back, enjoying homecoming, the big victory last week. Number 3 in the region now, trying to make that run for the playoffs. And he's looking to throw. He's looking deep. Bo Williamson's down there.
And he put a lot of arm in behind that one.
He heaved it. He got a little bit of a, what do you believe? Not much. Well, he got a little bit of a wind blowing behind him, but he got it up there.
As the complete brings up second down.
Too much behind it.
Bexley's only got about, 10 fans out here tonight?
If that. They got more football players than do fans here.
Bexley's playing a standard 4-3 defense.
There's Bo Williamson. What a catch.
And there's my man, the artist.
Jay, that was an excellent throw. And Bo Williamson merely just ran down the field, ran a little end pattern, and it was a slant actually. He ran the slant pattern, and it was a position catch. He was covered, but he got position on the defender, and it was either interference or make the grab.
Martin, the ball was a little bit behind him, but it was exactly where the defensive man couldn't get a hold of it.
Exactly. And he's looking to throw again. He's going up to Bo. Bo's out there. Oh!
Right off the fingertips.
That was a nice call right then, too. Real nice first down play.
Pass incomplete. Covered by number
First
12.
down play, you go down the sidelines, you got man-on-man coverage.
Second down, 10.
With a guy like Bo Williamson, I would throw it to him.
Well, let's look at 3 passes. And I would say 2 of them look really catchable.
He's doing, I think they're using this as a chance for him to work on his passing game. Because London really primarily relies on the run. And that's what they go back to right now. A short gain of about 2 yards, Fred Lester. But that's what they rely on. But they're trying to use this game right here to fine-tune their passing game. Because when it comes to the playoffs, you've got to be able to throw the football. London's making the run for the playoffs. You've got to be able to air it out because you're going to be playing some teams that are unbelievable.
And Martin, I've said all the 2 games that I've been to, almost said all season, that I think Artis can throw a good pass.
I do too. He has a very good arm. It just needs a practice like we discussed last week. Having the chance. Oh! That's what you call a missed assignment.
He did not see that coming until it was too late.
He kept his hands on the ball, though. That was good because he went to set up, guy was right on it. He did keep his hands on the ball.
A lot of times when you see a hit like that, usually see a fumble.
Yeah, usually see the ball come flying. Pete Gilkey, high snap. Whoa, and he barely gets it off. Goes off the side of his foot. Short kick, but he did. And he had to pull his knee back a little bit to get that one off. Because if he would have extended, that was blocked. They were right on him.
And Martin, London's defense is just walking onto the field. This almost looks like a practice game.
Yeah, they're kind of going through the motions. And the worst thing you can do to a club, when you have a chance to put them away, you better go ahead and put them away because you let them hang around to the 4th quarter. And once you hit the 4th quarter, anything can happen.
And we've said many times that London's good for doing that.
Yeah. Their fullback bounces off of 1 tackler. He lost about 2 yards in that play.
It looked like Bexley running back ran right into his own man on that one.
If you notice when Bexley breaks out of the huddle, you can tell that they have some excitement about them, that they're excited about being here. Because when they break out, they run out of the huddle, they're clapping in unison, and they're ready to go.
They're still in this ball game. They just mounted a very decent drive. They threw a crazy pass to the end zone. I don't know why, but they have been moving the ball. Short game right there, just across the line, the original line of scrimmage.
Number 44.
And we have an obvious passing down coming up here, 3rd down and about 9.
We're going to see what kind of arm he has. You got about 2:10 to play here in the 1st quarter. And London does have a habit of playing as good as their competition. I feel that's what they did against West Jeff, a team I think they very easily could have beat. But you got to play at your level and above. You can't play at somebody else's level. The quarterback scrambles out. He's going for the 1st down. He's close. He's going to be a little bit short of the 1st down, I do believe.
Looks like maybe about a foot, Martin.
Knocked out of bounds by number 14, Sean Kahn.
Can't quite see the mark because of the players here.
Timeout for a measurement.
We will have a measurement right now.
There's something that I noticed about the defensive rush for London, their defensive linemen. What they're doing, any kind of play action in the backfield, they're overrunning it. They're overrunning it. They're coming so hard and so fast that they're overrunning the quarterback and even the backs.
I think they're in a situation they're really not thinking about their keys. They just are, we beat, Owen Tangi last week, big game. Everybody's happy we won. And now they're coming in and they're almost 2. From that standpoint, too overzealous. You got to be hyper, but you got to remember your keys and play your game. And I don't think they're doing that right now.
It looks like it's 4th down and inches.
That's what
less
it is, a game
than
of.
inches.
It is a game of inches. And they're going to go for it. They have nothing to lose.
Were they on their own 38-yard line?
A team with nothing to lose, what do? Play action pass.
I see the yard marker
4th and
hasn't changed
inches.
yet over there, but we know that it's 4th down.
They're trying to pull London off. They give it to the full. He did not get it.
Oh, I cannot believe they called that ball dead.
They blew it dead too soon. The kid was still running.
Well, London just got a break there.
They did get a break. I don't know about that. The kid's feet were still pumping. He was still going. But yeah, a great defensive stand by London right there. And now they need to keep putting points on the board and put this game away as early as possible and go ahead and get the second and third teamers in there to give them some experience, because the guys on the second and third team, you're going to need them in the playoffs too. And they give it to Bennett. He's looking to throw. He throws it to, what a defensive play right there.
That was an excellent defensive play.
That was
right from the
tremendous.
snap of the ball. This guy, I can't see what his number was.
Down by number 25, Kevin Winchell.
Number 25, and right from the snap of the ball, he must have seen that it was going to be a fake because he started running across field.
Yeah. He was totally out of his position, but he spotted it a mile away and came over and knocked the ball down at the last minute. London's lining up again, right back up the middle to Sims. Nothing doing. Now a big third down play for London.
Brought down by number 60, Adam Schultz.
Well, Bexley's defense is not very shooken up about this winning game right now.
No, they're
playing
not
really
really.
good on the run.
London's score was really set up by a great kick return by Corey Bennett, and they only had 10 yards to go. And you know how London is inside the 20 anyway against anybody. And really, their defense has not played that bad. Looked like a little bit of movement. Fred Lester was up close to the first down and just knocked down. Number 68 for Bexley had his legs, and somebody just came and plowed him over.
Number 68, his name is Chad O'Reilly for the Bexley Lions. One thing that I noticed about the Bexley defense is that their linebackers play off of the line about 3 to 4 yards behind the defensive lineman. And so that gives them a chance to read where the hole is going to be. And if London sends one of those, a lead back up in there for Lester or Bennett or Harris, whoever's carrying the ball, they should be able to get some open yardies going up in there, just like that play right there.
They're trying to play a flex defense, a kind of a I'll bend but I won't break. I think they just don't want to give up the big play to London, because London will kill you and win game after game with the big play. But if you have played like a flex defense and force them to move the ball down the field, and as they've proven at times this year, they're prone to making mistakes at crucial points in the game, as they did against West Jeff, and at scary times against Olentangy. And everybody gave us a heart attack last week. And honestly, I felt they were 3 touchdowns better than Olentangy, as good as the team Olentangy was. I felt London was still a lot better than them. And this team ever plays up to their potential, I'm telling you, they're really, I hope they peak in the playoffs, because the team's going to come up against them. Hamilton Baden. Who else do we have in London's region?
Little Miami,
which they had a big game with them. Was it a couple years ago, 2 years ago, and they're going to shock somebody. I have no idea what just happened.
We have a lack of concentration on several of the offensive ball players' part for London High School.
Martin, it looked like they were going to try to draw Bexley off sides. Yeah. Someone forgot to tell the center.
But what I don't understand is Darby and Dale, they let them snap the ball, and it was obviously, it looked like a penalty should have been thrown. Nobody was really moving, and then they hit him, he flips the ball back to Lester, and they blow the whistle, and nobody was even tackled. Why?
Some weird whistles in this game tonight.
There's a little flare pass. Dangerous. He spins off one tackler, and he's close to a first down. He's just short. He needed to get almost to the 50-yard line, and he's about at the 49. He's going to be about a foot shy of the first down.
And Martin, there's some of the plays that you like to see to get it to your running backs.
Exactly.
Different ways.
That was a nice play against London's defense because London's outside linebackers, they will come.
Yeah, they're
They will
almost coming
come quite
every
a
play.
bit. And those little flat passes into the flats can really be detrimental to London's purpose for being out there on the field. Now, that was a real good play right there.
The thing I don't understand is London, they're coming on every play. They're not, bumping up, reading their keys and making the play. They're coming on every play, and why, I have no idea. They're bigger than this team. They have a very sound defense. I don't see why would you have to do something like this? Let your defense get some experience reading their keys. I mean, you got Scott Sims at linebacker. Ain't nobody getting by him.
Well, we can definitely see in London's play that the intensity level is just not there tonight.
They're confused on defense right now.
And they have a first down.
First down.
No. First down.
The defense tonight, Martin, just doesn't look really sharp. Just doesn't look sharp.
First and 10, just inside the 50.
That's when your team captains and your true team leaders got to step up and just let the guys know, hey, what we did. If London would happen to lose tonight, what they did last week does not even matter. If you lose this game, what you did last week doesn't even matter.
This is something that I don't like to see, how number 14, Sean Kahn, is playing on the inside of this number 10, the wide receiver.
Yes.
I mean, that's real.
Yeah.
That's
dangerous.
Well, you're giving away a lot of the outside of the field, for one thing.
Dragged out of bounds by number 80, John Wilson.
I mean, that sort of alignment just really scares me.
Scott Sims, one of the team captains, he's going to have to grab the boys together and let them know what's going on here. Somebody's going to have to, maybe it's going to take this team scoring on to spark them up. I don't know. Maybe that's what they need.
Good defense.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3, 4 across the line of scrimmage and 4 points of penetration right there. That was excellent defense.
That option was shut off from every angle.
Martin, we've always said in the 2 games that I've been here that the ends are playing really good this year. And it's really hard to get outside those ends.
It is. Their tactics have improved game after game with people trying to get around the end on them. And I think they watch the game films and maybe even listen to us. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, their play has definitely improved. London offside.
That was number 81, Drew Dwyer, jumping offsides at that time. Bexley seems to have a real good snap count for drawing ball players offsides. And they've used that effectively, twice already tonight, I think. 2 or 3 times.
It takes a disciplined team to do that so your own team doesn't jump offside.
And London's concentration doesn't look even close to last week's.
The ball at the 43-yard line of the Raiders.
They look like a completely different ball team.
Folks, it may sound like we're talking down about London, that sort of thing. We aren't. We're just used to seeing them play a certain caliber of ball, and I'll wait for the comment after this play.
Here they come. They got a big rush on. He gets it off.
Good defensive play.
And we have a penalty on the play also.
And again, just real quickly, the quarterback trying to roll out around that end, and it ain't going to happen. Not with London's ends.
Caleb Mitchell, broken up on the play by number 31 of the Raiders, Pete Grokey. Penalty marker on the play.
And that play was broken up by number 31, Pete Grokey, who made a real good dart to the ball. Real good recover.
Because he did have a man open.
Let's don't forget, when the quarterback got back to pass, he turned around, there was about 5 red hats running right towards him.
Now that's the kind of London ball that we are used to seeing.
There you go, right
Pressure
there.
ball.
47-yard line.
And as I was saying just before that play,
that we are used to seeing London play aggressive, good, hard-hitting ball. Tonight they just seem to be a little lackadaisical. I don't know if it's that they were looking past Bexley tonight, but they need to get it on right now.
Yeah. This juncture of the season, you don't look past nobody.
Third down and very long. And they come with the cross bucket.
Tackle! He takes it right back! He's going all the way. He needs one block. He's down inside the 5. I don't believe it.
Looked like maybe London was looking for a pass or something. I don't know, but there was a big hole. He took it a long, long way.
London have seemed to be fairly susceptible to that cross bucket action too. Olin Tangi ran a couple of those last week, and Bexley just came with the cross bucket in a third and forever situation.
And got the first down.
And all the way down to the, what it looked like about the 8 or 9 yard line.
Yeah, they're way down there. No, they're down at about, I think about the 6 yard line.
First and goal.
First and goal. They go over the right side, nothing doing.
And
with about 8:08 to play here in the second quarter.
And the tackle was made by 67 Clay Miller.
A touchdown saving tackle.
Clay Miller. Second down goal.
Well, maybe that's the sort of play that will wake London up a little bit here. Let's find out what they do down here.
Maybe that's what they need. Bexley has a man split to this side. There's lined up in a pro eye. One tight end. Right back up the middle. Nothing doing. Ball falls loose, but it's whistled dead.
That tackle was made by a host of players, but who's getting up from the bottom there? It looks like number 76.
Got down by number 44, Scott Sims, number 76.
Shad Good, and number 44, Scott Sims, and number 67, Clay Miller. You like to see 3 guys like that on the ball at the point of contact.
3 big guys, too.
And we have a timeout on the field. We have third down and goal. It looks like from about the 5.
Yeah, he's at the 5 yard line.
How much time do we have left, Mark?
7:15 to play.
9 a.m. at the London Country Club.
7:15 to play here in the second quarter. And Bexley's right, they're getting ready to score. And I'm telling you, they get the kickoff next half. London, I mean, this type of team you're playing, not saying they're not any good, but London gets in situations where they play as good as the competition. And these are the teams where you put them away, you get a 28 to 35 point lead in the first half, and then you cruise from there. You sell the issue as early as possible, because as soon as you can sell the issue, you can get your key people out, your starters out. You don't worry about injuries. You can get them a little bit of rest. And that's the way you get ready for the rest of the season, the really big games.
It almost looks like London tries to give all the fans a great game by keeping it close through the whole game.
And I wish they wouldn't
like do it on purpose.
Oh, yes.
You know,
a heart attack.
We have a situation coming up right now. We have third and goal. Let's think about the plays that Bexley's have some success with. Obviously, they haven't had much success right up the middle. They had their little crossbuck play the last time. They've had a flare with the back out into the right flats. They might come with that crossbuck, I think.
I think they would have a better shot with the flare pass because you're too tight on the line of scrimmage to run that play. But we'll see. And there's a pass. He's looping up in the corner. That's out of bounds. Way out of bounds.
The catch was made, but he's out of bounds, yeah.
Tremendous catch. They were going to have a field goal try here.
He was defended by number 14, Sean Kahn, with a real good defensive play.
Number 14, Sean Kahn. 4th down and goal.
I always thought homecoming was a game you ended in the first quarter. But you know these guys got, I'm going out with my girlfriend after the game. I'm going to this party after the game, and dance and whatnot. And they got to remember there is a game going on. That field goal's good.
Mason's kick is good.
They put their first points on the board, and it's now a 7-3 ball game.
7, Bexley.
London just trotting off the field again.
3.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to apprise you of the situation up here. in the press box calling this game. I must say, I am so impressed with Martin and Darby wearing all of this London paraphernalia tonight. London Red Raider hat, London, and then some sweatshirts that they're wearing. Folks, this is the first time I've seen it this year. They must have been made believers last week out over at Aldo Tansy.
I've been wanting a London hat for about 3 years now, and I haven't seen anywhere around the field that they were selling them. And I thought if I kept saying it a couple of times every now and then, someone would finally bring me one. But we got here early enough, someone was selling them, and I bought one.
Finally, I was been looking for a booth forever, Dale. We went by and he was like, no, give it up.
Well, you know, that's what happens when you get to a ball game early. You got a chance to find some things, you know. We thank you for your support.
Well, I'll tell you what, the limo driver, he was weaving through the traffic today.
Yeah, he was.
He made good time.
We had to fire the guy from the last couple of games. He kept making us late.
Well, it's really good to be working with you guys up here. And how much time do we have now? Darby, I know you can see it down there.
7:05.
7:05.
And there's the kick, and there's a little squib kick.
And he picked it up.
He picks it up clean. He cuts back up the middle. Nothing doing. I think that first kick scared him.
That was number 25, Nathan Dorn.
Dorn made a clean pickup. Well, that was a good pickup right there.
Martin, the ball didn't hit the turf like it did last week. It hit the turf everywhere. It kind of stayed on the turf.
As a matter of fact,
to pick up.
As a matter of fact, it was number 25 that lost that fumble last week at the second half against Olentangy on the kickoff.
And they might have practiced that all week also.
Yeah, I hope.
We said it last week that they would see it again this week, and sure enough.
London really needs to put a couple scores on the board before this half, before this team thinks they can hang with them. They're looking to throw wide open. I'm glad you didn't throw it much further. It would have been picked off, though.
Very true. That was a good play, though. I really like to see those plays. He rolled out. It was a good play. It just wasn't a crisp pass.
Number 12, Andy Hayes.
Martin and Darby, I'm getting ready to leave the booth here. I'm getting ready to go down on the field with the microphone and a little bit of camera work.
The field reporter.
Yeah, the on-the-field reporter. I'm going to go down and have a little bit of fun. We're going to catch up with Coach Dave Daubenmeyer of London football at halftime, and also Coach Hecox from Bexley, and a couple others.
Well, you'll be down there where the action's at. And he's looking to throw the little slant. In and out the hands of Harris. It was thrown a little bit behind him. Just a little bit.
Well, I'm going to leave you, fellas. See you in a little while.
We'll be talking to you, Dale.
Covered by number 10.
Martin, I was really impressed by the way London's really opening up their passing game. I mean, I am impressed.
Something they need to keep trying.
A lot of these passes are either just slightly overthrown or underthrown, or just they're missed.
But I tell you what, it's good from a timing standpoint to help you out for later in the season.
Like we said before, if you don't practice it in a game, you won't get better at it. He's throwing another one.
Again, the ball.
Beautiful pass. The artist. I told you once, I told you a million times about this guy. He can pass the ball.
And that was a beautiful touch pass, and that was nothing more but just a straight fly pattern. This is where I'm going to throw it. All you got to do is be there, and he just lobbed it up in the air.
Put it right where the defenders couldn't get it. Beautiful pass.
Dallas Cowboys made that play famous down in the end zone. That's what they used a lot. And they go right back up the middle with Fred Lester. He got a gain of about 4 yards on the play.
And Martin, those inside lanes aren't as tight as they were last week. Now I don't know if it's we're playing a different ball team or if it's because of the pass. Of course, when you throw a lot of passes, they can't tighten up on their defense in the gaps.
Really, the passes he's thrown, none of them have been like real dangerous. And Fred Lester in a little crossing play, still not down. Finally brought down after he got the first down. He's down to about the 19-yard line.
And Martin, right there, if you can loosen those linebackers out of that inside, and Lester gets up in there and gets 5, he's gone.
You getting them over, they think you're going to pass all the time.
You give him some room to run the ball, and he is gone.
He's an all-state runner, and he showed the speed he's had week after week. Right
there it
over,
goes again.
touchdown.
Beautiful hole.
Right back up the middle.
Martin, you could have drove a Met truck through that hole.
I think I could have scored on that one. It takes me 3 days to run the 100.
London 13. Bexley 3. Brad Miller to snap. John Kahn to hold. Mark Tillman to attempt.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm standing here with Richard Cunningham, the 8th grade coach with the London High School football. Coach, I understand that the team won last night, 14-0 over in West Jail.
Right. It was 6-0.
Okay, it was 6-0. Well, what do you think about tonight's game?
Right now, we're looking pretty good. Starting off with, we're kind of flat, I think. Try to pump them up in the beginning of the game. Bexley coming out, they have nothing to win to beat London. That's all, everything in the game. So I think right now we got the momentum going back with our way, and I think we'll be all right.
Tell me, what did you think about the ups and downs of the emotions last week at Olentangy?
Oh, man, I tell you, that was some kind of game, wasn't it? I mean, the spectator sport, I mean, that was a great game. But as far as coaching, man, it just makes you have more gray hair.
Do you have a lot of gray hairs now, Cookie?
Yeah. Well, I have too many. But luckily, we came out on top and won, so I'm really happy about that. That's what counts.
All right, thanks a lot, and good luck to the 8th grade team, Cook. All right. And back up to you, Martin and Darby.
Thanks, Dale. London getting set to kick off here after that was a Fred Lester 19-yard, shall we say, scamper. Right back up the middle for a touchdown.
London's opened up that middles.
Conversion no good. 13-3. We're up by 10 now. And I think we need to score again before the half.
Number 12, Andy Hayes. Number 22, Jason Carter.
London set the kick. Tobin Boots' short squibbing kick. Bounces. It's picked up. He's trying to get back to the middle. He gets around the outside. He gets away from one, but not two. They run him down. I'll tell you what. If he had speed, he was gone.
And Martin, like we said last week, that's what cost him the one touchdown, is those outside men's got to stay in their lanes.
We got to be careful. And they didn't. They kind of got around one of them. We have a clip on the play.
Penalty against London. Dead ball.
Personal foul.
15 yards. Personal foul. 15-yarder.
I didn't see that one, Martin.
I didn't either. I didn't even see the flag go down. But it's a 15-yard penalty, personal foul, and they're right on the 50-yard stripe.
London's defense kind of late getting up on that line.
They got about 8 men on the line of scrimmage, and there they go. Right, they try to take it off tackle, nothing doing.
Stanley. Brought down the play by number 50, Jason Noble.
We hear the London Indian drums pounding away.
Maybe that'll get them up and get them going. We need something. Teams at midfield, they would label nothing more than a score. They score here and they come back out in the halftime, they got the ball. You couldn't ask for no more.
Very true.
They got a man split to this side. Pro eye. They run the option. There he goes. That quarterback, when he has an opportunity and you don't have somebody in his lane as soon as he snaps the ball, he can run the option.
And Martin, the end contained it, put it back up the middle. There was just no one there to attack.
Exactly. He did his job. And he turned around, he assessed the situation, and boom, he made his move.
That's the inside linebacker's ball right there.
Yeah.
I mean, they should be
That's his
mangling
whole,
him right
he
there.
has to shut that down. The end's job is to turn it back in, and everybody else cleans up the play.
Linebackers, I mean, that's gravy right there. That's gravy. The quarterback turns it up in there like that. He ought to be taking home a souvenir of his helmet.
All right. Dr. Starr, I'm standing here with Dr. Starr, the medical doctor with London football for many years. How many years has it been now, Doc?
Too many to count.
I tell you what, I was walking over here. I was looking for Dr. Starr to be in a tie or one of the London Red Raider jackets, and I went up to the gentleman and I said, "Where is Dr. Starr?" And he said, "He's standing right next to you." And I just want to apologize for that, Doc. I haven't seen you in so long.
Great. Oh, that ball's intercepted.
The lucky hat, that's what we're talking about. What do you think about the ball players of today as, say, 20 to 30 years ago, Doc? And have the injuries changed any at all?
There's a big difference. There's a lot more injuries now. A lot more knee injuries, joint injuries. I really think the kids train too hard.
Well, now that would sound real good to us old guys, okay, that they train too hard. But I tell you what, Doc, I know it's a pleasure working with you, the coaches and all the ball players. I know that they really appreciate your work. And from all of the ball players from the past, I would like to say to you, thank you very much. And it's a pleasure seeing you again and talking with you. And I'll get to see you again the rest of the year.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Take care. And back up to you, Martin and Darby.
Just to recap what happened there, London lined up about 9 men on the line of scrimmage. They went back to pass, and that quarterback never had a chance.
I had one.
Oh,
See if I can get this right.
He never had a chance to throw. They were right on. The ball went up in the air. And the linebacker's eyes were so big, you could see the whites of him from up here. He looked up and saw a big pretty ball just hanging up in the air and said, "No way." And it's times like that, it's so easy, you drop it.
Final home game with a soccer team.
Think about grabbing it and running
Yeah.
and catching.
London with 2:58 to play. They got plenty of time to go down the field and score here. Fred Lester's coming out the backfield. He's lining up at receiver. Still deep in the backfield. They're looking for him. It's up there. He's running. He's looking over his shoulder.
Oh! That was about a foot too short.
That's a play we've been calling all year. Lester out wide, let him run under the ball. I think the pass was just thrown a little bit short, because I think he could have got to it if it threw a little bit
That was
further.
about a, what, 45-yard pass right there.
And he showed good. I mean, that was a Willie Mays looking back over your shoulder right there. He showed very good hand-eye coordination to even follow the ball like that. And plus, it was good defense right there. The guy was right with him. Just hung up a little bit too far. A little bit further, he might have had it. He was definitely out there. Right back up the middle. First down. Stop the clock. Josh Larkin. London's really going a lot to the fullbacks this game. Darby, I know you like to see that.
Oh, boy. Martin, what I'm really loving is the holes right up the middle you see in this game.
Yep.
48-yard line.
You know, the backs from the last few games that I've seen are like really loving this game with those holes as big as they are.
The good things I like about this game, London's trying some different things. They just had the intensity to go with it.
Oh.
But they're trying some different things, like they're passing a lot more. They're trying the things they need to do in a game situation if you want to gel, because when you hit the playoffs, you got to be ready.
Martin, right now, I think Artis is trying to push the ball in there too much. He's not taking his time. He's really, a lot of times, he's not getting really pressured that much. He needs to take his time, sit back, take a second, pop the ball in there. They're not really crisp passes. They look good, but they're not on target. He might need to take maybe a half a more second and get that ball in there.
That's probably he seems to be rushing a little bit, and he has plenty of time, and he goes deep, and it's kind of short. Pass interference, gotta be.
Oh my goodness!
I don't believe it.
That wasn't pass interference. That was a mugging.
I don't believe it.
Weird call from the first play of the game all the way through the first half.
There, he balls up there, he just tackled him. before the ball even got there.
But again, Artis not taking his time in there. They're giving him pretty good protection. He needs to take a little bit of time.
He sails underneath. They give it to Lester. Over the left side.
Oh.
Tripped up.
Looks like Lester tripped over his own player there. Looks like he tripped over Larkins.
Trying to make him block. Larkin slipped to the ground. 4th down and 5. And really, this was, if they can hold him here, this is all respect to Bexley. That's a big defensive stand they just
But
took right
again,
here.
Martin, right here, you don't know what London can do. They might pass, they might run around the end, they might run right up the middle. Their options are so open, and Bexley has no idea what they're going to do right now.
And they're throwing. He's got protection.
He was so fast into that car. See, he can't move.
From here.
He couldn't move. I can't move.
They have 130.
Does he take away the paint? No, it doesn't take away the paint. He didn't.
To throw that football. I really don't believe it.
What does it do?
The only way that he's going to have any time to throw the ball is going to have to roll out. I don't see you rolling out on these ends.
No way. Look, they're ready. They're coming again. Here they come. They're rushing. Not much blocking. He goes to put it up.
Well, what I really liked on that one is when Sims moved over, the quarterback was running around the end. Now he could have went right at him, right there, boom, but he didn't. He waited. He stopped. He let the quarterback make his move, pick his hole, and then he went after him. He really didn't make a play, but I tell you, if he went up through there and no one tackled him, he would have gotten popped.
He did stay at home. And they're looking to throw again, and London's all over. Run a screen pass, and he's wide open. He's got the first down. He's down to about the 35-yard line. And what a great play. What do you do to a team that blitzes all the time? You throw the screen pass.
That screen pass looked like rolling up, and I hope one of my players are over that way.
Saw that face.
That's exactly what you against a team that it's blitzing every play. You throw the screen play. It worked beautifully on that play. Kind of shaky because London was moving so fast. He really didn't have a chance to get the screen
Martin
off.
Bexley's coach talking with the ref about he seems to be upset about something.
I think he wants some more time back on the clock. Is what he was arguing about.
Winning ticket was drawn by the illustrious
43 seconds to play. It's 13-3.
And again, like you said, Martin, Bexley is no way out of this ball game.
No, by no means. Especially if they get a score here and you come back out in the second half and get the ball. But the thing you do against London is the same thing when they got beat by West Jeff. West Jeff turned it into a position ball game. And West Jeff had drives of like 6, 7, and 8 minutes straight down the field. Sometimes they didn't score, but London didn't have the ball during that period of time. And that's really all that mattered. You keep the ball out of London's hand, that's the only way you're going to beat them. You give London too many possessions, they're going to burn you.
And London has an offense that can really protect the lead if necessary.
Yeah.
They can really, and we've seen it last week, they can really chew a lot of time off
Yes,
the
they
clock.
can. You keep the ball out of their hands, and then you eliminate how many big plays they can make. They got double coverage on the receivers. They give it to the back up the middle. They got about 8 yards on that play. They're going to have to hurry up and get on the ball.
And Stanley with a good cutback. He's a pretty good running back. Right?
He is. He is a very good runner. About the biggest guy they have on the team. They're bringing him out, and I think they're going to throw it to him. Nope, nothing doing. Timeout. Timeout, Bexley.
15 seconds left on the clock. Bexley really wanting to put this one in for a score for this one's over.
Give you 5 5 seconds. Use your numbers, okay? $237. Pick your money up at the North Ticket booth.
Dod.
Here we go.
And here we are, 15 seconds to play, Darb.
Oh, this one's going up in the air.
And that's where they're looking. There's the big heave-ho. They're looking for position. It comes down. Interception.
So pass intended for number 10. Dana Smoot. Intercepted by number 14. Junior quarterback.
Sean Khan. Sean Khan with another interception. He played great position on that ball.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Smooth, number 10 for Bexley, tried to go up right with him. And that'll do it. London goes in at a half, Darb, with a 13-10 lead. Kind of lackluster, 13-3 lead, excuse me. Kind of lackluster in their performance.
Bexley, 3.
You're up, Dale.
All right, folks, I'm out here with a few of the fans from London, I do believe. I see a London Red Raider hat here. What's your name, sir?
Kenny Sims.
Jack Alcott.
Under the direction of
Josh Alcott.
George Mathewson.
And it's really good to see y'all out here tonight. Obviously, you're London fans. Okay. What do you think about the game this evening?
It's kind of slow pace so far.
You think that London seems to be a little lackadaisical in their play tonight just because they're playing Bexley?
They seem to be.
Did you make it out to the Olentangy game last week?
Yes, I did.
It was exciting, wasn't it?
Very exciting.
Up and down. What did you think about that game last week? Were you there?
I wasn't at that game, but I read about it in the paper. It seemed very exciting.
I was there. It was a great game. One of the best high school football games I've ever seen.
I was just sharing that with a friend just a few minutes ago that the emotions in that game, up and down, goes all the way to the final play of the game. Have you followed London football for a long time?
Yeah, my son graduated last year. He played for London. And Kenny's son still plays for London.
Okay, so we have several fathers and former ball players' fathers here. And who are you, young fella?
Josh Alcott.
Josh Alcott. Are you going to play London football too?
Yep.
What grade are you in, Josh?
3rd.
You're in the 3rd grade. Who's your teacher at the 3rd grade school?
Mrs. Kinsley.
Mrs. Kinsley, right? Okay, how do you like football?
Really good.
Really good. Do you play it on the side and everything when you come to the football games?
No.
I see that you're wearing is that a Bengals?
Yeah.
Do you like the Bengals?
Sorta.
Sorta?
They're losing this year.
Okay, folks, look, thank you very much. We appreciate it, and have a good time tonight. We'll be seeing you around again.
And good luck to the team.
Yeah, thank you. They said good luck to the team, and back to you, Gary. It was real good to see you out here tonight. You enjoying yourself?
Oh, very much so. It's a pleasure, and it's a beautiful evening for a football game.
I just noticed your hat that you have on, LHS Field of Dreams. Tell us a little bit more about that, will you?
Well, it really deals with the building of the J.J. Hartley Athletic Complex at London High School. And it's a huge effort, and it's all a volunteer effort here in the community to try to give our young people the best in athletic facilities. And we've got an awful lot of people working very hard and trying to bring it to reality.
If someone wanted to make a donation towards this worthy effort, where would they send their monies to, or where would they come to?
Well, it could be sent to the J.J. Hartley Athletic Complex funds at the Chamber of Commerce office here on West High Street in London.
Okay, thank you very much. And folks, there you are. That's a lot about the new athletic complex. It's going to be out at the London School, London High School. And I want to thank Dr. Froning for allowing us, the people that happen to be here, to bring you some of this football over cable channel 2 and channel 11. We call ourselves WLHS for London High School, and we want to thank Dr. Froning very much. Thank you much,
Thanks to you, fellas.
Doctor, and have a good evening.
Did a great job.
Thank you very much. And back up to you, Gary.
Go ahead.
Come on, you can better than that, Raiders. Let's everybody stand up.
few adjustments, but we're confident with where we are. We've got to come out and stop them right here, this first possession, and get the ball and take it in.
Okay, Coach, I'm going to grab your stat man here. Good luck to you the second half. Thanks a lot. Come here, Johnny. Come here. Okay, folks, I have John Licklider, one of the assistant coaches and the main stat man for London football. John, why don't you look up to the camera this way so people can see who you are. I'd like to know some of the stats here. Give me some of the stats, run them down, and how do you take care of these?
Okay, first downs. London has 8 first downs, as long as Bexley has 8 first downs also. In the passing department, Bexley is 2 for 6 for 32 yards with 3 interceptions, 2 by Sean Kahn. London is 2 for 11 for 54 yards. Rushing department, London has 58 yards, or 68 yards rushing, excuse me. Fred Lester has 8 carries for 61 yards. And Bexley has 103 yards, and Stanley has 9 carries for 67 yards.
Okay, John, we're a little short on time. Thanks a lot for your effort, and we'll see if we can get this every home game with you here, okay?
That's fine with me. I'll do anything you need.
Thank you much. Gary, back to you. Coach Hecox, how you doing this evening? It's great to have you here in London, sir. Tell me, are there any changes that you're making at half?
Well, we're going to try to eliminate some of the mistakes that we've made in the first half that's kept us out of the end zones, and hopefully be able to hold London a little closer and keep them out of the end zone as well, Dale.
Okay, we have a score of 13-3. That first drive that you had, that was a real strong drive. The situation with making the pass at the end of the drive where it was intercepted.
Right.
Are you going to continue to keep running that ball? Because it seems like you're having real good success with that.
Well, yes, we feel we need to get a good mix. We've got some great athletes with Dana Smoot and Andy Hayes at the wide receiver, and we've got to figure out a way to block London so we can get the ball to them. But, yes, we're going to try to mix it up with the run as well.
Coach, thanks a lot. Good luck to you this afternoon. Good luck the rest of the year also, sir. Thank you. And back to you, Martin and Darby.
And here we are to start the second half. Here at Von Kendall Field, London leads 13-3. We had reports from both coaches on the field with our on-the-field reporter, Dale McNeil. Did an excellent job. London will be kicking off, and the Bexley coach said he was going to try to mix it up with the run and pass and try to, like he said, figure out a way to block London. So that's really, seemingly, that's the problem they've had. And London got an early big kickoff return from Bennett that would set up their first touchdown. But really, other than that, their offense really has not done that much. They tried some things with the passing game, which me and you're both happy to see.
Right.
But this, for all intents and purposes, this team is really still in the ball game. And what if they do figure out a way to block London?
Well, Martin, I think what I'm hoping that doesn't happen is what London usually does when they throw a few passes. It doesn't go for them. They usually go straight back to the running game. But like we said before, the passes, I don't know what their percentage of passes are, but I know it's not all that great right now. But the thing of it is look at the holes up the middle. The holes are huge when they run up the middle. Maybe less of the pass. They're throwing pretty much, probably right now at the latter part of the first half, they were throwing probably 65% pass. I'm not saying use 65% pass. Maybe 45% pass, loosen it up. But what I really liked is on that fourth down play, and it was about 4th and 5. We didn't know what London was going to do. They could have run up the middle. They could have ran around the end with Lester. who knows, they might even pass. And they went back to pass. It's really nice to see that they're passing on first down. It's really hard to know what London's doing this game, and that hasn't been in the previous game.
Exactly. They were
usually
very predictable.
when they need something, they go to the run game. It's never a pass. It's really nice to see that.
And here's, whoa, what a kick. That's down to the 1 yard line. He's back up just across the 10. He breaks one tackler. We're going to have a clip on the play.
Clipping?
There was a clip on the play, and they're going to move it back. He's at the 15, so it's going to be a half the distance of the goal line.
I really have trouble seeing in that one corner. Martin, let me kind of take this time to say I'm really glad to be back home. From last week in Olentangy, I'm really glad to be back in London.
The friendly confines of Von Kennel Field. One time I thought this place was named Gary McNeil Field.
Maybe in years to come, maybe.
They line up. They're in the 5-2 defense as usual. They go off tackle. They got a few yards on that play.
And really, Bexley hasn't been doing too bad of a running game. Besides the latter part of the first half, London pretty much shut them down.
Brought down the play by number 36, the Blue Lions.
When they come back out, we'll get another synopsis from Dale on the attitude of the coaches coming out of the second half here in just a moment. After this play, they take it up the middle, nothing doing.
Starting with this London defense, unless you're out in the open field, don't try to cut back, don't try to make moves. You better get in that hole and get moving. Then once you get out there, then maybe you might want to do some juke moves, maybe some cutting back, but you don't want to take the time. You want to get to that hole and you want to get up through there.
They ain't going to be there very long.
Because they got pretty good pursuit, and if you stutter step a couple of times, you're done.
London's still kind of lackadaisical, but it's 3rd and 4. And there they go. He cuts back and forth. Big play, big hit. Nothing doing. They lost 3
Sean
yards.
Tom with a pretty good tackle right there.
What was the attitude of the coaches? How did the team seem down the field, Dale, coming out for the second half?
Well, I'll tell you, I didn't pay much attention to the ball players themselves to see how they felt. I was wanting to gauge the demeanor or the intensity of the coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Coach Hecox seemed to be very intense.
Taken by Bennett.
He was ready for this second half, and it sounded like that he was really exhorting his ball players. Let's get into this game. Let's do things right. So I would imagine from that standpoint alone that the team is going to probably play a little better second half. Now with Coach Daubenmeier, he said that they made some adjustments. Obviously that they're going to try to do some things better at execution, and definitely try to put some more points on the board. He also suggested that better field position will also make it a lot easier.
We got an equipment problem on the field for Clay Miller. Replacement coming in until we get it worked out.
And speaking of field position, right now London getting the ball for the first time in the second half. Right now. And what London is on Bexley's.
Whoa!
Leicester
is on Bexley's 42 or 43 yard line.
And speaking of Lester, I talked to him also this week, and I was asking about taking these hits. His jaw still is, still is not healed, but he says he wears a spatial mask that protects it from getting hurt, and I never knew that.
I tell you what, playing football with a broken jaw, now that's something. Wow.
You know what hurt after that hit?
Tell you what, that takes you back in the days of Ray Nitsky. They're back to pass. He's looking, takes off up the fumble! Bexley football.
Holding that ball out in front of you like that when you're in a crowd of people is really dangerous, as you can see right there. It resulted in a fumble.
They reached in, just jerked it right out, fumble on the play.
Taylor. Bexley's ball, first and 10. The ball at Bexley's 40-yard line.
This team is starting to feel like they got a chance to win.
And Martin, again, we've seen other high schools, when there's a broken helmet, you already have a replacement helmet.
Yeah.
You know who that person is. All he has to do is give you the helmet. The helmet fits, you snap it up, and you're right back in the game. You don't have to mess around with your helmet.
Yeah, trying to fix a strap or whatever, you got another one automatically. They almost pulled it out of there. But
Williams.
Big Bo Williams, and that was a loss of about 8 yards on that play.
One of these times, one of these teams are going to listen to us, Martin. Do not try to run around the end on London.
They had their best idea earlier, but really they can't get enough blocking to hardly run a screenplay. London's coming so hard they can't even set up the screenplay.
Well, you have second and half of forever right now.
You got man-to-man coverage.
And they're setting trips out to the left. And they run it straight up the middle.
He gets back across the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be a third down.
44.
Well, that was a pretty good call by Bexley. They tried to clean out the middle a little bit by bringing them over here to the left, and then they run it right up the middle.
And
third down.
They do have some decent backs. They just don't have the speed that London does.
41-yard line.
You know, on that particular play right there, when they send the back in motion, that actually turns it into that one-back offense that you see on TV a lot, and it spreads the defense, and they get that quick pop up the middle.
Exactly. And it's wide open then. Now they got a man split to each side, and they go back to the run. Nothing doing.
Martin, again, they ran that little trap, tried to trap London's end. That ain't going to work. He squared up and took the pop, went right up the middle, and there was nothing there. They clogged in the middle very well.
London doesn't seem to be able to generate too much on offense. But I tell you what, their special teams can they can light it up at any moment.
And Wilson is playing a superb game tonight.
Good punt taken by Mike Harris. His knee touches the ground, and he's going to be ruled down. It's kind of good that he was, because I'll tell you what, when he took one step, he had somebody right on him. This Bexley team is they're just hanging around long enough. It's like they're waiting for some big mistake, maybe an interception, run it back, or a fumble, pick it up and take it in. You let a team hang around long enough, and anything can happen.
The fumble that London just had the previous series could have proven to be very costly if Bexley would have held on to the ball. Now they have another opportunity to go down and do what they do best.
Their bread and butter.
Bexley with good pursuit on Lester on that play.
Very good.
London's execution at sealing off the inside, is lacking this evening. It's just not that real intensity that they have. They're going out there and really hitting people, getting up in their chests, and making sure that they can't pursue. And let Fred's speed work for them.
Now 5-4. They go back up the middle. Nothing doing.
Ball carrier number 33, Fred Lester.
This team is pumped. Their defense has played tremendous today against London.
Number 68, Chad O'Reilly. Number 55, Jake Taylor. Third down.
Third down, about 8 yards to go.
I wonder what kind of play London's going to come out with now. Are they going to use Fred Lester's speed, or are they going to put the ball in the air?
I think they're going to put it in the air with them 4 linebackers they got back there. It's strictly presumed.
All changing in the game last week was the fumbles.
Turned out to be a pretty good punt.
Yeah, real good funk play that time.
I guess you can look at it like that, Jerry.
We have an official timeout on the field right now.
I really think this team really scouted London Olentangy game because they're doing a lot of things that the Olentangy team did against us, even on defense, and a lot of their play calling selection is almost the same as what we saw at Olentangy.
They're trying to play a defense that's going to dictate the game, and I think what they want to do is, I think they want London to throw the ball. Their challenge, if you're going to beat us, maybe they're saying you're going to have to beat us throwing the football. He scoots back up the middle for about 5 yards.
Okay, number 11, Knowles. Brought down by number 24.
And Knowles probably has more yards tonight than any of their running backs.
I think he does.
Well, Lester had that big run just a while ago when he lost the ball. But the guy that caught him had what you call a perfect angle. There was no way he was going to get by him.
London's still in man-to-man coverage. They're playing, man-to-man. Gain of about 2 yards on the play.
The ball carrier, number 44.
Bexley's just running them real quick, short, up the middle. Control the ball. They're getting 3-4 yards per carry. That's all you need.
Number 50.
They're playing a very strategical game. And really, they just want to be hanging around in the fourth quarter with a shot to win it. That's what they want. A chance to win the ball game in the fourth quarter. They're only down 10 midway through the third quarter. And there they come. Looking for the option, flip it out. He turns the corner a little bit and gets the first down. They rule it down. There's a fumble on the play, but they rule it down.
Tagged down by number 13.
Across the 40-yard line to almost the 42. First down and 10.
And Martin, maybe Bexley's practiced all week. Maybe a special plays for the 2-minute warning.
Exactly.
Hopefully they'll have the ball. Hoping that they'll have the ball the last 2 minutes. Maybe they have some special plays that they think will work to score and win the game at the end. Maybe that's what they're just trying, like you said, just trying to hold on and wait till the fourth quarter.
Well, it would seem to me that Bexley would definitely need to have one more score
before. Right back up the middle, nothing doing.
Again,
Clay Miller, first man there.
It's a gaggle of London defensive players.
Bo Williamson, Clay Miller, Scott Sims, Larkin, all of them right in there on that tackle.
I want to take this moment here to tell you folks that we're trying some new things. It's down on the field stuff with Dale and stuff like that. And it hasn't been perfected yet. There's going to be a lot of mishaps on this thing. But you bear with us because by the end of the season, we hope to have it down real good for you.
I'm sure we will, Gary. We'll fine-tune everything, getting ready for the playoffs. We'll be just like the team, getting ready for them. And now, and he's heaving it up. We're going to have a pass interference call against London. A late flag, but never yet a flag.
Knowles took a hellacious hit after he threw that ball. Right in the back of the ribs.
He's thinking about it, too.
Oh, is that why number 11 is walking around with his hands on his hips right now?
He's thinking about it.
He took a hellacious hit.
And we had a penalty on the field, and it was interference on number 31, Pete Gruelke. All that the referees say in high school football is interference on the defense. But we can tell you that it was interference on number 31, Pete Gruelke. All that he did was cut the receiver off from going to the ball, which really wasn't a bad move.
When is the penalty stepped off from the point of the foul, the interference?
Yeah, in high school football, the only time that would happen, if you were like on the goal line and it happened like in the end zone, they would put it at the 1. But it's a 15-yard penalty.
And these Bexley running backs are really driving hard.
They feel they have a shot to win the game. They know they're still in the ball game.
And Bexley's offense is real fired up. They think they can get down. They think they can score. That's all really you need to pump up. London's kind of laid back.
Their offense has actually been on the field longer than London's here in the third quarter.
We're under a minute to play here in the third quarter. Believe it or not.
And they have gotten some turnovers.
Ball player, number 44, Justin McAllister.
A lot of times in high school football, turnovers make the difference in your game. And even if a ball club maybe isn't of the caliber of the opposing ball club, but if you give them the ball enough times, you're not going to be able to score, and they may be able to score.
The worst thing you want to do is let a team think they can beat you.
And that's exactly how this team feels right now. They're looking to throw. There it is, number 10. First down, he sheds a tackler. They're down to almost 30 yards, just outside the 30-yard line.
That's
we're
a big
getting ready to go into the fourth quarter.
First down, Bexley.
And we have 9 seconds and counting.
That's going to be the final play of the third quarter. This team's driving. A score here.
The score.
Now, guys, let's mind you, they don't need a touchdown. All they need is a field goal.
That's right. Well, tonight I must say that so far for the first 3 quarters, London's played pretty much of a lackadaisical game. It's just almost like they have in their mind that, hey, we're going to beat these guys, and somebody's going to step up here for a minute, or play and do something and just break the game wide open. Well, that could have happened a few plays ago when London had the ball, but Fred Lester fumbles. Bexley recovers. Before that, Jason Artis trying to do a little too much, step up through the pocket, gets the ball stripped out, fumble. Bexley has the ball again. We have to make a change here. We should improve every week. Try to improve every week, mentally as well as physically, and execution-wise on the field.
I know it's homecoming, and we enjoyed all the pregame festivities here. But I'll tell you what, no homecoming is automatic. Because I remember a game in high school when my high school team went to Lancaster, Division I school, and we stepped into their homecoming. We were 21-point underdogs coming into the game, and the halftime score was 42-0 us. No homecoming is automatic.
Start the fourth quarter. Bexley's ball.
I was looking at the schedule early in the year for London football and noticed that Bexley was supposed to be the dish for homecoming.
Yeah.
And I'm saying to myself, man, if I know I'm going to somebody else's place and it's supposed to be homecoming, I'm not just going to go there and lay down.
That's right. And they're looking to throw again. He got away. Oh, there we go. He's gone. There we go. He's all the way there. No one's going to catch him. There we go.
Can you believe that,
Mark? There we go. There we go.
Can you believe that, Mark?
I believe it.
It looks like that pass was intended for him.
A 71-yard pass interception.
There you go.
71-yard pass interception, return for touchdown. Pete Brulke, number 31.
He timed it absolutely perfect, and all he had to do was run.
That's got to be a highlight in his career, and I'm going to tell you what, when he caught that ball was thrown like a bullet.
Yeah, it was. You could hear it.
I'm surprised he was able to hang on to it.
And the way he was running, I think he knew he already had a touchdown because there was no one that was going to stop him from getting in.
He had the quarterback over there, but they threw a tremendous block on him, and after that, it was Katie bar the door.
And the extra point kick by Clark Tobin was good. And so we have a score of 20-3.
I'll tell you what else, something happened last week. My dad jumped on me when we was talking about you shaved your head, and I said something about you shaved your legs and the legs were pretty. And Dad didn't hear that part. He thought I said, ooh, look at them girls' legs or something like that. He says, you got to watch what you're saying on TV, boy. I said, Dad, I ain't saying nothing like that. Dad, we love you, but I didn't say nothing like that. We was talking about Martin's legs.
Yeah, sure, Gary. We believe you.
He watches it every week.
And he shaved him again.
Oh, no.
Boy, this is his best friend talking about Martin shaving his legs again.
All right. I'm going to shave him until we lose one, okay?
Save him until we lose one.
The kickoff for London, number 47.
Pete Grilke just lit everything up right back up.
Deep for Bexley, number 10, Dana Smith.
London sure needed that one.
You know, in Pete Grilke's behalf, the past couple of games against West Jeff and Olentangy, he was having a rough time back there in the backfield. That right there just may have picked him up just a little bit.
The ball's loose.
That may have picked him up a little bit. He was real aggressive on that play right there when he went to the ball.
Yeah, he did. He went straight forward.
I think Lennon tried to take a page out of Olentangy's book there on that little squib kick right over the top of the front line.
It almost worked, too.
Yeah, it worked against us, I know that.
2-3 times.
Twice. That was a game of big plays.
Yes, it was.
And this has been a game of big plays. What do you say, the first run for what, 60, 70 yards, and that interception return there.
Yeah. Nothing sustained, really no sustained drives. It's a play here and a play there. And that play, what it did was it helped. It really brought the game, everything back into focus and brought it back in the game, back in London's hands.
Very
right
true.
there.
Very true.
Because now, if Bexley scores right there,
number 13,
oh my goodness. I mean, you're talking about the team setting up, just trying to win. And they'll throw that ball down the field, just trying to get the interference call.
Well, you know, I was just speaking about something like that happening. You're waiting for one person to step up. You know, it just seems like collectively the team is not really that intense together as a unit. And one person steps up and says, okay, fellas, it's time to do something. And that's what happened with Pete Grilke that time. Here they come with the one-back offense look again.
Holy passed it. We got a flag down on the other side of the field.
Yeah, I think we might have holding on that play.
I tell you what, we keep talking about intensity and the team's not having intensity and being fired up, but they continually keep winning. And I'm wondering what would they do if they did get to the intensity that we think they should have, not what they have, but what we think they should have.
And that's scary. When you think about it, it's scary because I really feel when this team truly gets up, when they play somebody, they're going to shock them to death.
I think the intensity's there. It's just that it's just so spread out, we just don't see it.
You know, that may be very true, Gary. That's a real good point. The intensity level that they had in the West Jeff game, that might have been a detriment to London's ball playing that night, their execution purposes, because they had a lot of penalties that night and everything. That was a completely different intensity the night of Olentangy. And maybe after that big victory last week, that there's a letdown.
Yeah, there usually is.
Number 44, Dustin McAllister.
That was Dustin McAllister on the carry there for Bexley. It's third down and about 3 yards, a long 2.5, I would say. And Jason Noble was in on that tackle.
And again, that took. It seems like that interception took a lot of wind out of Bexley right now.
Yes, they don't seem to be popping out of the huddle like they were.
I think they just seen the light. Uh-oh, right back. Oh, that little counter play you're talking about, Dale. They ran it right there.
That little cross-buck play has proven real well for Bexley tonight.
That was a good for about 16 yards.
And this guy, number 30, can run it pretty good, too. What's his name there? What does it look like? Number 30, Matt Stanley is his name. And he's run that play very well. London is susceptible to the crossbuck because of their pursuit to the ball.
Yeah.
Their initial reaction to the ball, they're so fast they overrun a lot of plays.
Let's see
When
if they
Stanley
try
runs that up the middle, if he doesn't stutter step, he just goes right up through the hole. He's gone.
There's the same play again. He runs to the back of his own player.
But that wasn't quite the same play. They had a lead back coming with him this way this time. The last time the lead back went to the other side and he came this way. For the misdirection. Right, for the misdirection.
But again, London was able to hold him up for just a split second, and that let the pursuit get to him and nowhere. If they can just get a shoulder on him, a helmet on him, a hand on him, and hold him up for just that one split of a second, then London's pursuit takes care of the rest.
You know, this number 30, Matt Stanley, he's 6'2", 182, and you know, he's only a sophomore.
Exactly. He's a big guy. Flags down the play.
Dead ball penalty.
All right, can we see another one on London?
Illegal procedure against Bexley. Move him back 5.
5 yard step off. Illegal procedure. Ball back at the 46-yard line. Second down.
Nice to see one go the other way for a change.
It does.
Well, we have second down in a little bit more than a half a month.
9:02 to play here in the fourth quarter. Now with Bexley in a position where they need to score and score quick, they really don't have the time to sustain drives.
Oh, that's a...
And it was close though.
It was close to the sideline.
It was close
to the 20-yard line.
He almost hit that 20-yard marker.
That could be intentional ground there. Wasn't nobody near that ball.
Brings up third down.
All right, I think I heard that ball quack when it...
Yeah, flying duck.
I heard the gun go off and shot it.
That was a drifter. Definite drifter.
And London is still setting in their 6-2-3 defense. They're showing the ends on the outside getting ready to come real strong.
Yeah,
we got third down and long. And they go with Matt Stanley back up the middle again.
And they bring the punt team on. I wouldn't be surprised to see a fake here.
With nothing to lose, why not?
Right.
Run down by number 50, Jason Noble, and number 59, Ron Myers. Fourth down, back to punt, number 30, Matt Stanley.
Corey Bennett back to return for London.
Deep for the Raiders, number 13, Corey Bennett.
They only have 10 men on the field. Bexley only has 10 men on the field. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Here comes number 11.
44, right? Timeout.
Bexley looks very confused.
Confusion.
Take this time on behalf of Pete Tobin to thank O'Day Catering.
You really don't want to take a timeout right there, I'll tell you.
Bad time to have to take a timeout.
Fundraiser. South end of the football field, right outside the baseball diamond.
Out comes some of the London starters.
We'd like to remind everybody that
Gilkey, Bo Williamson, Josh Larkin comes out.
Final game of the season against Lakewood.
Pete Grulke.
For your tickets.
59, Ron Myers also comes out.
Sean Kahn, number 14. The interception machine steps out of the game.
And what we have is some substitutions for this punt return team.
At Washington Courthouse, the final road game of the season. Third of the last two games around. Parents night, 2 weeks of the night. Lakewood, the final game of the regular season. Big Walnut.
London sets up. See if they pull off a return here. Looks like they...
No, it's not.
And their kick is a good high kick. Going to be taken by Bennett. They set up a return to the left. He gets around the corner. Pretty decent return there across the 30-yard line to about the 31.
I'm going to tell you, this Corey Bennett is a real good punt return specialist. This guy just finds those openings some kind of way.
He knows how to get to the wall, and you got Harris back there, who was the most important man on the punt return is Mike Harris. Because if he does not make that key first initial block to spring him to get to the corner, then it's nothing. And they're looking to throw. He's got time. And
Man
he's
is
got
wide
John Wilson right down the sideline.
And Mark Artist on that play, after he faked the handoff, he dipped down and pulled it back up and threw the pass. Beautiful play, beautiful timing, beautiful pass, beautiful catch. Can't get no better than that.
I told you guys last week Artist could pass.
Oh, man.
Let's get some crow and feed this guy something.
Man.
Goodness. It's getting thick in here tonight.
This guy is really changing his tune now, isn't he?
The artist
is making him a believer.
Lester.
Could be see ya. Could be see ya. He's down. Whoa, down to about the 5-yard line. They made a key mistake right there. Trying to catch him from behind. Ain't gonna happen.
Number 68.
He's got some wheels.
London's ball, 1st and 10.
And Fred Lester and Mike Harris come out of the game. We have Josh Larkins and Scott Sims both in the backfield. They call this their Buffalo formation.
I would like to see the artist throw
Buffalo formation. Looky here. And he's still driving, Josh Larkin.
Martin, I would like to see the artist throw a pass for a touchdown.
I think he can do it.
Listen to this guy.
Man.
Bandwagon here.
Yeah, Gary thinks he can do it now.
Yeah.
He did all this.
Well, see, I talked to him this week, and I told him what he was doing wrong. So, he's looked pretty good tonight.
All of a sudden, we have another and a distant assistant coach that's talking with the quarterback here today. Never mind the fact that he gets work every day out of the school. Buffalo package.
Touchdown, Josh Larkin.
The Buffalo package has produced a touchdown.
And that's the final. That's going to be the final nail in the coffin. Josh Larkin with the touchdown.
It took us long enough, but we finally opened up the game.
Yeah.
Is that intensity there that you guys been looking for?
Honestly, no.
You don't think so?
London's playing good enough to win.
I think London right now is playing at probably about 90%.
If that.
And I think
you're
when
saying
this
they were
team,
93% they can beat Arlington. Is that what you're saying?
Oh.
No, in my opinion, I think they're playing, as far as intensity and overall execution, they're doing a lot better in the second half, but overall, this game should have been over before it started. And they played about 50% in the first half. If I'm telling you, just like we said earlier, this team ever clicks on all cylinders for one game. And they have not done that yet this year. I don't care how bad they beat certain teams. They still have not clicked yet. And really, it's a compliment to them. Because if I was playing on this team, I'm thinking, well, guys, man, what if we do click? All you got to do is when you get the playoffs, you take it one game at a time and you make a run at it. When you get in the playoffs, everybody's good. And then you make it to the big show. And it don't get no better than that. You get to the big show.
They play 110% through the playoffs.
They can do it.
State bound, maybe?
Yeah, this team does have state championship potential. They really do.
One thing that I think is important to remember, that we're just now going into the seventh ball game. We're into our 7th week. And still over a period of 7 weeks, that's not a lot of time for a team to really gain their character. Maybe maybe last week was a real first adjustment or a first growth process, and I think that growth process really started with the loss to West Jeff, and they was able to pick themselves up collectively last week, hold on to win, and now tonight they're kind of like cruising somewhat, but they're just playing the kind of ball right now in the fourth quarter that they should have been playing in the first quarter. And they go with that onside kick again.
It's out of bounds, penalty flag. Well, they kick it again and probably take it at 35.
A good thing you see tonight is they're throwing a lot of passes. If you practice a pass in practice, it's not the same. It is not the same. Artists might not feel comfortable in that pocket, knowing these guys in practice, you don't hit your starting quarterback.
And they know it.
But here, you know that if they get a shot, they're going to take it, and if they can, they're going to tattoo you. So you know that. Maybe he doesn't, and as the game went on, it seemed like he started feeling more comfortable in the pocket, and passes started to get better.
He's very comfortable back there now. And again, I really feel the key to this team all year long, the key to this team has been their tremendous defense. They gave up more points. They gave up 20 points last week. That was the most they've given up all year. And this team, they're so hard to score on. Has backs ran for over 100 yards against them? Yes. But I'll tell you what, not too many teams have put up too many points. And West Jeff scored a lot of points against them. But this defense is just tremendous. And it's a defense is what wins you the title.
One right there, it looked like the play just got messed up and we didn't get a good handoff.
Fullback and the quarterback ran into each other. Both of them were trying to run into the same hole.
That causes problems.
Yes, it does. Especially when the hole's not big enough.
Third down, about 8-9 yards to go. Gilkey waiting, looking for another interception.
One back offense. There it is, straight up the middle there.
Nothing doing.
Carrier number 24, Justin McAllister.
Every time they send that back into motion, that turns the formation into a one-back formation. And like I say, all that they're trying to do is just spread the D and trying to pop that fullback up in there. And maybe he'll get a lot of room. But London's defense has stood in there.
Harris and Bennett back.
And we're getting some work here.
We're getting set up for the return. This is a big key to London's team, too, is their special teams. Just played very well this year.
Nice kick. And it's Harris.
Whoa! What a play. That was a nice play by Harris.
Yes, it was. Did you see how low he got up under that tackle's pads?
Came up right underneath the shoulder pads and drove him back for like 4 or 5 yards.
Bexley player on the field.
Is that number 58? Was it number 68, Chad O'Reilly maybe?
Trying to ID the injured player on the field.
I can get everybody.
London getting a little bit of water. They're still attending to the injured player. I hope he's okay. Scott Sims checks out.
We have an injured player on the field, number 68, Chad O'Reilly. We hope that he's okay and not seriously injured.
Looks like he's getting up and he's walking underneath his own power.
Okay, looks like he might be a little groggy there. How many fingers, Chad?
He thinks his team is winning. He ain't okay.
Yeah, you got that right. We just hope that the young man is okay, that it isn't anything serious. And he's going off under his own power, so that's a real good sign. That's a real good sign.
If he runs to the wrong side of the field, you're not okay.
Yeah. Just head me in the right direction, Doc. And we have London coming out with the ball on their own 34.5-yard line, it looks like.
And they want one more score.
Is the score still, what, 26-3?
Yeah, with 4:33 to play. Jason Artis with his chance to run. There you go. He put his head down at the point of contact.
Jason Artis.
I'll make another adjustment here.
Brought down by number 60, Adam Schultz. Number 10, Dana Smoot. Second down.
Beautiful night for football.
It is absolutely wonderful out here. Perfect. The weather, Mother Nature has been kind this year for football season. Very, very kind.
And
no rain.
Josh Garkin.
Game.
Number 36, Josh.
Jason Artis played out that fake, and he still had players following him. When he ran that fake out there. And how do I know that? Because I didn't know he gave the ball to him. That's how I know.
Well, you know they're going to follow him because he's such a dangerous passer that they're going to be on him.
Well, this guy is really getting some real positive shots in now, isn't he? He's trying to really straighten his act up from last week.
Oh, man.
Talking about Gary McNeil in particular, folks. And there's the pitch out to Fred Lester. And Fred is trying to turn the corner, and it's a shoestring tackle over there by number 35, Patrick Elias. If he didn't make that shoestring tackle, he would have been gone.
I must say,
Bexley played that play very well.
I must say, this team, defensively, they played very well. Because let's look at the London scores. A kickoff return set up 1 down inside the 10. An interception, that's 14 right there. I mean, if you sit back and look at the London scores, offensively, we really have not done that much. We've had a lot of plays and a lot of possessions, which has helped. But really, we have not done that much, and they shut it down again.
On that particular play right there.
Coaches are kind of upset on look like a late hit.
Basically on the execution of that play. John Wilson had the perfect angle for the block, but Lester decided to turn it back up inside. If he'd have stayed to the outside, he'd have still been running right now.
The defense are playing, if some other team would pick up on it, London's going to be forced to run the fullback more, because against this defense, it's really primarily what you can run until you loosen them up and make them play another defense. Or you got to throw the ball like they do right there, a little bit high, and almost picked off. They put a little bit more pressure on him that time.
And Artis took one right in the back after he released that ball.
One good thing about him, he ain't scared to take a shot.
He seems a lot comfortable in that, more comfortable in the pocket than he did.
We have 4th down and 11. And they're going for it, folks.
I think you might see a screen play here. Some type of screen.
Oh, you know what they might do? They might have that little flip out to Lester, out to the... No. It's
and there's the screen to John Wilson.
Come on, they
nothing doing.
Come on, John Wilson. You don't have to kick anybody.
Jason Artis' pass. Complete to number 80.
They missed the block. I thought it was a good call.
They lost yardage on that.
Called that one all the way, Mark.
Cha-ching.
It's a shame it was a play that didn't work. Call a screen and it doesn't work.
It should have, though. It looked good on paper.
Yeah. All plays are designed to be a touchdown.
Not
all
true.
plays are designed to be
Not
a
true.
touchdown.
That's true.
That's true. All plays are designed to be a touchdown. You just can't gauge the execution, you know what I mean?
Oh!
There's the trickery.
There's
but
another
they
play
played it
designed to be a
perfect.
touchdown.
London ain't buying it.
There's another play designed to be a touchdown. And what did it lose? What did it do? It lost what? How many yards? About 6 yards, yeah.
London really playing really well this second half on defense.
Especially the fourth quarter. I like the fourth quarter right now that they're playing.
Bexley bringing out the playbook.
And they come back with that crossbuck action at that trap play.
London did a little bit better job on that.
And again, Wilson with a great defensive play right there. Didn't try to make the tackle, just tried to put it back up through the traffic.
Big John Wilson.
You know, usually by this time, with the score being what it is, we would start to see a lot more wholesale substitution at this time. But obviously we don't.
Must be John Wilson's uniform, but he don't look 225 pounds from up here.
He's very tall.
You should see him in person, standing next to him.
And the quarterback turned the corner.
Standing next to him, he's a good-sized gentleman.
Folks, this is a very quick ball game because we got 1 second left.
1 second of the play.
But the way he plays in, he looks like he's 325.
We got him and Bo Williams. They're the Twin Towers.
22-yard line. Third down.
My goodness, that's all that we do have is 1 second.
We got 1 second to play. And here we go. We're going to see the last play of the ball game. They flip it out. And that's going to do it. The Red Raiders win again, 26-3.
London 26, Bexley 3. Alicia.
Go ahead and start.
Your court, Allison.
Okay, the teams are now on the field shaking hands, and the Red Raiders take home the victory, 26-3.
This one's for you.
Kind of a lackluster performance, but nevertheless, a win's a win, and we'll take them any way we can get them. Gary, what was your impressions of the ball game tonight?
My impression of the game, like you guys said, is they came to win. The intensity was there, whether we thought so or not, it was actually there. They just haven't shown it in a big way yet. So time will tell. We're going to sign off here, and we got who?
Martin Luther King.
Darby Calhoun.
Dale McNeil.
And Gary McNeil. I'm glad you got a chance to see us all together at one time. We're going to try to keep doing our best, and we'll see you at Washington Courthouse hopefully next week. See ya.
On time.
On
Go
time.
London.
Go London.